Okay. Okay. So we're live using the camera audio. I think this H6 is dead. I think the batteries are done. So this is completely useless. But I'm here with Captain Wright.
What's up?
Of Wright Enterprises.
Wright Enterprises.
Comedian extraordinaire.
Yeah, it's
18-year-old.
18-year-old extraordinaire.
I always fuck that up. 18 years old or 18-year-old?
I think, I would say I'm 18 years old, but if you're describing someone, you're 18-year-old.
Yeah. Sometimes I say 5'11", and sometimes I say 5 feet 11.
Yeah. Not a grammar extraordinaire, so I couldn't.
But yeah, that's the AC. It goes off. This is just camera audio, so I don't know how good it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But we just did a weekend of shows at Madcap's Comedy Club, run by the eccentric Adam. Shout out to Adam. And this is Captain Wright. He killed all weekend.
Thank you.
Everyone loved you.
It was fun. They're a good crowd.
Yeah.
Sometimes that place is just kind of hit or miss, audience-wise.
I mean, it's in New Smyrna Beach.
Yeah, so you get that.
Is it a lot of old retired people here?
Yeah, there's a lot of old retired people that come from money. They're just
because they know if they were in where they were from, they wouldn't survive because they'd be laughed out of town for being old and weird.
Yeah, this is a safe haven for old weird people.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
New Smyrna Beach sucks.
What was your first, when you first got here to New Smyrna, what was your first impression?
I thought that it was a typical, everywhere in Florida looks the same.
Yeah.
This was a typical coastal Florida town. Large roads that destroy any sense of community. Little pockets of humanity. Just old retired people, people who are obsessed with their superficial looks and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's just be someone see how much people spend on a truck down here, all in this city. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, there's a large reward for being able to trick people into thinking you're rich here.
Yeah.
Because then you could get into their inner circle and trick them to giving you money. Or if you're around money, then it's just
yeah, it's bound to. It's just it's just such a different lifestyle. And that's just the metropolis for that here.
Yeah. So you're from Orlando. Orlando's kind of different.
But there's parts of Orlando that are the same type of community.
Yeah.
The rich areas. But the heart of Orlando is way different. It's all just, younger people.
Yeah.
A lot of art driven stuff.
Yeah. So that's better.
Yeah.
It's more enriching.
It's trying to make a life for themselves. And instead of just oh, that other guy lives life like this and has all these things. I'm going to put my house right next to his and do the same exact thing.
It seems like the Las Vegas in Florida.
Yeah, everything's the same. And it's just, that's what it seems like.
Yeah, they got all the amusement parks there and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, this is where all the old people come. So everyone's old people are all getting trapped here.
Yeah, well, you know about the villages?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a completely different vibe of old people. It's weird.
Yeah.
They're all swinger, crazy people. They want to party. Here they're all you should have nice table manners, even though I'm wearing flip flops. They're that type of just snobby.
Yeah, they want to act like nerds.
Yeah.
They're nerds about being rich.
Yeah, exactly. Even though a real billionaire would be what are you doing?
People here, you could really just tour here for a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they each have their own strange community.
Yeah. Yeah, North Florida is different, Panhandle's different from Miami, which is different from Naples.
Yeah, it's Like Florida should be 3 different states.
So what do you think about Governor Ron DeSantis?
Ron DeSantis, I think he's just like leaned into
crazy shit. I forget exactly what he was saying, but I think it was during the elections when he was like, Trump has a right to question. We gotta just go with what he's asking us. He's the president.
Yeah. Because I feel like...
But I don't think DeSantis did that, which is, I think, smart.
No, yeah, he didn't. I feel like what I meant about DeSantis, I feel like he had his beliefs and ideologies, and he did that. But once people started obviously disagreeing or whatever, getting on him, he just doubled down.
Yeah.
Which is pretty amusing.
Yeah. He's just like, I don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, that attitude.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you saw it, but there's a thing, I guess it was a year ago, when people were still on the fence about masks, and he went to
a high school?
Yeah, it was a high school, and they had the mask on.
Yeah. Well, you take that off.
Yeah.
You're being ridiculous.
That was peak him shenanigans.
Yeah. To a kid.
Yeah.
Well, I met him a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the UFC in the green room. He was a classic politician. He was like a shuckster. He was like a con man. He's like, hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, you should move down here. That wasn't his accent, but he was just really over the top and I'm the alpha. And it was sort of he has such a high voice where it's you can't really take him seriously, or you're not really physically afraid of him.
Yeah.
It was just weird, the level of how he dealt with power, and how he knew he was a king boss, and how he had to act like that, and how everyone wanted him to act like that. And it was all an act, but he played his part really well so that it worked, but everyone knows he's lying. It was such a weird thing. We're letting him have power.
Yeah.
And this whole thing is suspect.
Yeah, that's why I guess you have to do things like double down on your act or whatever, and just be
Yeah, it's all or nothing. We're becoming totally stratified.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to go all in on the Trump thing, or you have to hate America.
Exactly.
There's no
which is so annoying.
Yeah.
Because then if you yourself are a middle person,
Yeah.
both sides are gonna hate you because why don't you pick one?
Well, yeah, I don't think everyone should be engaged in politics. I think most people should not be.
Yeah.
If your whole society is all about politics, that's a circular loop. They're a pointless society.
Mm-hmm.
There should be some people doing different things.
Yeah, people should obviously care about things that are important, but to be that's everything to me. I can't live life without that.
But I mean, I think sometimes you live in interesting times.
Mm-hmm.
And you have your society asks of you to do something. And I think I don't think we're done yet. I don't think we're done cooking. Back in the day, society asked you to go to the Civil War or fight in World War II or shit. And
Yeah. No, for sure. The standard constantly changes for everyone.
yeah. I mean, it's frustrating when society is limiting you, where it's it's not a positive thing to you.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, you do watch a lot of UFC?
No, I've only seen a handful of them, but they're fun. They're very fun to watch.
Yeah.
I just know the internet goes crazy over.
Patty?
Yeah.
That's really cool that you know that, because I think he's sort of not that famous in the mainstream yet, but I guess you are very in tune with the internet because you're 18.
Yeah. I know Barstool or whatever, hyping him up.
Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
Oh shit, jeez. You think he has this choke? You think that's why he slammed him? Because that looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that
wow.
looks tight.
Oh shit.
Oh. He's in trouble.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Call it.
Well, I like it because it's so viscerally entertaining. Like anyone can enjoy it.
Yeah. It's very primal.
Yeah. It's natural to watch.
Yeah, because you see like a fight in public, you're like, I gotta get over there. I
Yeah.
just want to see it.
You think we can put it up on the stream, or will we get taken down?
I don't know if it'll just come out.
Well, I got it recorded anyways.
Yeah.
So go like this, and then
But there's no way to check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how legal this is. Wasn't that guy Patty fighting the gay dude tonight?
is he gay?
Is he gay?
Yeah.
He has a pretty decent haircut.
Whatever. Fuck YouTube.
Yeah, fucking too.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, don't you think it's weird how there's a monopoly on tech companies?
Yeah, it's crazy how they all just change because another one has something.
Like Twitter and Snapchat and Instagram. I like how Snapchat, or is it Snapchat? I guess it's Snapchat. It's like we absorb it into our society, and it's like Snapchat existed and it still exists, but it informs our society, and we like Instagram and Facebook morph it into their thing, and then now they have stories, and they have like those 15-second things that you can watch that disappear in 24 hours. If it wasn't for Snapchat, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Or like the 60-second scroll, like
like automatically.
yeah, like automatically TikTok, or even like Vine. If that was the thing, kind of
Yeah.
normalize the short videos and shit.
Yeah. And it just becomes another feature of
Yeah.
what we use on the big companies. Oh my god. It seems like he's better on the ground.
Yeah.
He's more creative. Like
Yeah, he hasn't really thrown that much.
Yeah, in terms of strikes.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, I don't know who the grappler is actually.
I mean,
But I would say Paddy Pimblett is definitely winning.
yeah, he's going further.
So what is the internet saying about Paddy Pimblett?
They just love him. It's just like yeah. And I think it's like mostly Barstool Sports. They're like, oh, like look at this this different guy with the different hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like any like type of diversity as a character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like neurodivergence. People who are different.
Yeah, it's like because they're probably like the internet, or the general internet is probably so used to like seeing like a big strong guys in UFC.
Yeah.
And now they got this like.
So like the autistic incels are like, I could be good at fighting too.
Yeah, they're like that's my idol. That's how I think like Andrew Tate's like famous and stuff.
Why? Because he looks stupid?
Not that, but it's just because like, wow, he's so different. I idolize that because I can be.
He's like a caricature of what some people think they are.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's highly unrealistic and a product of a sick, broken culture, but
Yeah.
I don't doubt that a lot of people identify with him. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
that
for sure.
People would like someone like that, judging by what I have to deal with.
Yeah, like someone will act like that, and then they have it easy to get out too, because they're like, oh no, it's a funny bit. Then they can just pull that off as like an act.
Well, some people need a far higher functioning. They need to download and just be whatever. They can't do the independent thing, which is fine. Like, some people are great at playing other characters.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we don't have any characters to play. Everyone is just sort of like on their own. And the people that relied on that, we have a culture of like, you know, back in the day, there was like 5 male characters you could download and be.
Yeah.
And now we don't have that. I hope, well, the worst that'll happen is I'll get a strike. So I get 3 of those.
Okay, it's cool.
I think I should make it bigger.
Like zoom it in. And...
Or at least like right there.
Well, they've trained for this.
Yeah.
They're just doing this all day, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. Oh my god, what has he got him in?
I think, is he trying to lift him?
I think it's a choke, because he's got his shoulder on one side, and then his arm is on the other. I did not even see that one coming. He just slowly put it in. Like, he didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, he is very creative.
Yeah. He's taking it.
Oh wow, he's getting strikes in too.
Oh, he used that to get position. I wonder if he could have finished him from that. That is such a cool thing. This is so frustrating. Or you're just stuck there and you can't get out.
Yeah.
This is so humiliating. Oh no.
Wow.
He's wincing. His other hand is trapped.
Oh my god. That's
He
crazy.
squeezed the shit. Oh, he squatted on him. That's so rude. I guess he didn't do it on purpose.
Wow.
Patty!
Oh yeah, there's the...
He's just stepping on laptops. Look at that. He's the king of the clone or whatever. The king of Dustinberry.
Yeah, he is so likable, jeez.
Yeah. He's such a goofy guy. I love like he's like Sean O'Malley, except he has more humor.
Yeah.
The Duchess of Gloucestershire. The O2 Arena.
Where's that?
London, I think.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
So would you rather be finished with a submission or a knockout? Because a submission is humiliating. It takes like minutes and you're dominated the whole time.
Yeah.
But a knockout, it's like quick. And it's like, oh, he got knocked out. It's sort of like manly. I guess in a shape. No, I guess it's not manly. But it's like over quickly, but the downside is that you're damaged. Like you're hurting your
Yeah. I think I'd take submission.
But look how sad he
Yeah,
looks.
it looks okay. No, it's just defeated completely.
His other arm is trapped.
Yeah.
So
he was like
he's fighting it with one arm.
he has pelvis and his arm is trapped with the same calf.
Yeah. The fucking body triangle. So he can't even breathe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle. I'm trying to figure out a puzzle.
Yeah, the human body is a puzzle.
Yeah, it's like, all right, how can I get this guy on the ground? And
Yeah. Oh, if I move this way, he's gonna move this way.
yeah, exactly.
So let me move that way. That means he's exposing this part. Let's see. What is that?
This playbook.
Did you hear his interview with Michael Bisping?
No, I didn't.
Michael Bisping sort of makes fun of it.
You did it again. You rocked the O2. This is how I get down, boy. Obviously, there was some talk before about twerking and tea bags. We saw a tea bag. I got that tea bag in like Modern Warfare 2, yeah. You said this.
Oh no, they're showing it.
Oh no.
Look like you're doing it.
Oh no. He's like, hey, come on.
Imagine just getting like strangled by a guy on the floor. And he teabags you.
It's just a game to him.
That's not me, that was shit. Can't be French. I'm better than that. It was a tough first round, but it was a beautiful finish in the second round. The way you took the back and the way you trapped the arm with the arm triangle, very creative. Is that something you drilled in training camp? That's something I always do. I always do. I can't help it. It's something I'm very good at. You are very good. As I said at the start, you and Molly rocked the O2 once again. When you walked out here, the energy was unbelievable. This town lost their mind.
Yeah, Molly's the other one they were like promoting on Barstool.
You got a few words to the crowd.
Isn't Barstool kind of douchey?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I've never really been on it.
Yeah, I just like seeing funny internet videos.
Yeah.
And like a lot of their like original content, I'll just be like, this is like insane.
Is it good original content?
Well, a lot of it's just like podcasts and shit. And they'll upload like a podcast clip on their Instagram and I'll be like, this is like not funny or not like interesting at all.
I usually go to Reddit.
To get fights.
Yeah, sometimes. I haven't been in one in a while. But yeah. I'm pretty left leaning. It's like doing a PSA for mental health.
That's crazy.
So what do you think about this guy and the internet?
Like him being hyped up by the internet.
Yeah.
I think it's good because it's like for the right reasons, you know. It's like oh, he's quirky, he's also just like a good fighter. It's not because like pushing some horrible morals or whatever.
Yeah. He's he's not a horrible person, which is nice.
Yeah. Because the internet will like take someone horrible and just be like make them famous.
Yeah, like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, like give him clout or something.
Yeah. He isn't offering he is offering a very visceral thing.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. Like you can't really build your personality off of it like you can with Cobra Tate.
Yeah. No, yeah, people can just be like mind controlled, or this guy's like, oh, he looks different and he like, you know, he has a different way than all the other fighters. So
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah. It just proves that fighting isn't about aggression or violence or unwarranted confidence. I guess he has that. But it's not about like looking good or anything. It's just about the task at hand. It's not about anything superficial that you can't control
Yeah.
to a certain degree.
No, he's just like a genuine person.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't get better by being fake. He gets better just by being better at being himself instead of some version. He's not trying to be Luke Rockhold or, John Jones. He's just like getting good by being himself.
Yeah. Which I guess it's easy for people to just like hop on that and like be like, yo, go check out this different guy.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, yo, look at this crazy guy who's just like, you should own women or whatever.
When a woman talks to you, you've got to slap them in the face.
I think I love it because it's like it's a great bit.
Yeah.
But then people just don't see that point. They're just like, oh yeah, I've never talked to a
There
woman,
is
so-
a version of that you should listen to, but how much? Like, is it? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine ever consciously being that way. I can imagine if I happen to be that way,
Mm.
but if I make a choice to be that way, that means you're gone.
Yeah. It's definitely like, because he's definitely mastered it because other people will like interview him and he'll be able to just keep doubling down or keep like the whole thing up
Yeah.
and just be like, I think some like woman interviewed him once and he was just like basically putting that same thing he was saying like videos just onto that woman.
Yeah. Well, if you have a simple thing, it's easier to say the talking points.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like, oh, I know what I have to say now.
Yeah.
It might not be right. Like, if you don't have to be right or logical,
Yeah.
then it's so much easier to win arguments.
Because you can just be like, oh, this person is like saying that, I don't have to be logical, I can just say the complete opposite
Yeah.
and get away with it. And
Yeah.
at that point, it's just like annoying that person.
Yeah.
That's how you win the audience.
Yeah, it's just about getting them emotional.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw Hasanabi debate him, and I thought that Hasanabi made him look so foolish.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you say that women can't drive, but all the data proves that women are better drivers than men. My personal experience. Well, that's why we have science, and that's why we have every technology is because we don't just rely on personal experience, but we like collate data and stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot different than most people that interview him. Because most people just go like straight to being like, because it'll be like some like internet celebrity that doesn't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
So the first thing to do is they just get emotional
Yeah.
and start like going.
Yeah, it's hard not to, because the guy is just so. He's just saying what we think those kind of guys that look like that are thinking,
Exactly, yeah.
but we're hoping that they don't.
Because like I know he's like leaned into it a lot, but I still think it's like a bit. Because when you see him like interview someone or like debate him, he's like sitting like this in front of a microphone with like no shirt and sunglasses on. Like that's, you can't make that up.
Yeah. I think there's a version of that we should be, and I think there's a version of that some women like. Maybe not the smartest women, but
Yeah.
But it's just comforting to be like, oh, this is like what I'm supposed to be like, my base level.
Yeah, like oh he is a man. Like he is like
Yeah.
that's what they think he is. Because that's what he says. He's like I'm what a man's supposed to be.
Yeah. Getting knocked out in kickboxing fights.
Yeah.
I think that, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say.
I don't know, I think he's a pretty easy person to like just kind of pick apart
Oh, yeah.
and just get everything out of like this is who that is.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people have a back door in their head from religion, because we have like a lot of people that grow up religious and they need to be told what to do. And once the church isn't doing that, we're looking for a new Jesus.
Yeah.
So I think it's really fucked up how we build a back door in people's heads.
They're just built to be followers
Yeah.
of something. So they
Yeah.
gotta have like someone to just feed them ideologies.
Yeah. Just practice worshiping something invisible so that you can be tricked into believing anything then.
Yeah.
It's like an exercise in compliance.
Which, yeah, the internet has just made like crazy with all these like, because you see people with like, who quote them, their entire thing is like their merch. They'll like be like, oh guys, go to the website and buy tickets for this. They'll immediately do that. Like it's crazy, and they'll like, whatever ideology they preach, they'll preach to. Like insane how easy it is now.
Yeah. So the door is unlocked. Do you think anyone's gonna bust in and stage a thing?
Like a Stang thing?
Yeah.
New Smyrna? I don't know, maybe. It's a complete 50-50 thing. New Smyrna's all over the place. No, yeah. It's crazy that they have like a lack of police here. That's why a lot of people come here spring break, because they're like, the police don't know what to do. There's just so much like going on.
So that's the reputation, is like,
Yeah, it's just like party city, where like you don't have to like go to like bars or something. We just have fun. Because the police are going to try to stop, but they're not going to be able to do it. 'Cause it's not like a big city.
That's too bad. Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's important to have like people that enforce the law overall.
Oh yeah, of course. Like it's crazy to watch like a group of like 500 teenagers and like one cop car trying to like organize everything. It's just like insane to watch.
I was in Panama City Beach City. Panama City Beach.
I think it's, yeah, just Panama City Beach.
It's Panama City Beach. Okay, yeah. And we were just walking on the sidewalk with a bunch of other high schoolers going to the beach or something. And a police cruiser just like piles into the middle of that. And then the cop goes out. He's like, "What? What?" And the kids are like, "Man, fuck you," or like, "Man, what are you doing?" They're all black. And he just drove into this group of black people and just started yelling at them. And I was like, "What the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
why is the cop doing this?"
No, yeah, Florida, like anywhere outside of like Central Florida, I'm sure they're just like, all right, group of black teenagers, it's trouble right there.
It was such a pointless show of force.
Oh yeah, that's like I feel like when they're not powered, they gotta like do all these eccentric ways of just showing power.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you don't have any power. That's why you're doing it. If you did, you wouldn't do this.
Yeah, that's why I hate it when I go like to cities like if they're downtown, if they have like police on horses.
Yeah.
Like, what is
Boston.
this? What is this for?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing this for? You just want to show that like, hey, I'm on a big animal right now.
It's a different way of doing things.
Yeah.
The camera was on the whole time during the battery.
Oh damn.
So yeah, I mean, the horses are such a weird thing. Such a weird symbol.
Yeah, it's like it's so pointless. Because if you're like, hey, stop that, then you have to get off a horse and like make sure it doesn't run away.
Yeah, all your power of human stuff that you have to do eventually is far away from you.
Yeah, literally.
And it's like controlling life to be like, look, I can recruit life to help me in my quest to bring you down. What do you think I'll do with you?
Yeah, they're like, this is crazy. We have horses.
Yeah.
I think like we can do so much if we have horses. That mindset. But it's just impractical.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're fighting a pike formation in the 14th century.
Yeah, unless you're invading a castle, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for crowd management. They use it in England a lot.
Yeah. Which I guess, like, you're someone who's, like, been drinking all night. You see a whole bunch
It's
of
so
horses.
dangerous to
Yeah.
have horses near drunk
That's
people.
true, because they're going to try to, like, pet it and kick some. And
Yeah,
all
and
that
someone's
stuff.
going to get kicked really hard.
Yeah. If someone's going to just throw stuff at a horse and then freak it out.
But it hasn't happened yet. I think people are, puts fear in people to where they have to get sober up really quick.
Yeah, or they're just like, oh, big animal, I got that.
Yeah. But the key to fighting cavalry is to bunch up in a tight formation and mass yourself up so you're not just an individual getting hit by a
Oh, yeah.
horse.
Same thing as like if you see a bear, you can pick yourself up.
But yeah, then funnel the horses down, spear the horses.
Yeah, that's a good. It's like a good Facebook group idea. Just be like, hey guys, on Saturday on 6th Street, we're gonna fight against the horses.
We are finally standing up to the horse overlords.
It has nothing to do with the police, just horses. We gotta get the horse police out of here.
The horses have tricked the police into riding them.
Yeah, it's, I guess in other countries they'll do that with like elephants.
No way.
Yeah, like in
India,
like India or something. I'm sure there's
like the police.
yeah, there's big police on an elephant. Which that has to be like crazy impractical. Just yell at a guy from an elephant.
That'd be great. The thing is, like, during the protests in Egypt, the Tahrir Square, they would run people over with tanks.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's crazy.
And tanks, you can't just group up in a formation against a tank.
Yeah. Was that their like crowd controls? Like, hey, there's a tank if you don't back away.
It was like Grand Theft Auto.
That's wild.
It was horrible. I saw the documentary, and there was people that got their heads run over. And it's like, oh, he died. But no, it's like a physical thing, and you see a human head with a tire track on it,
Oh, yeah, that's
and like
crazy.
it's getting squeezed, and it's like
Yeah, it's
things
like
are coming
a
out.
toothpaste.
Yeah, it's like our
It's
heads are just physical.
It's insane that stuff like that happens.
Yeah,
Where it's like these crazy, like, mass things, like mass craziness, just like chaos somewhere. Like any protest or something happens.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's like it's super fun to read about, but like I couldn't be like, wow, what if I was just like on the street one day, I was just watching a protest with people getting run over. Like you can never put yourself in like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, the protests at the Black Lives Matter thing were crazy.
Yeah.
Like our country like lost its mind for a second.
Yeah, it was wild. Like certain cities were like just completely shut down because like people were running wild.
But that's the thing is like that's how we malfunction. That's like our way of rebelling.
Yeah. It just inspired so much. Like you'll see like I think it was like Los Angeles, the one where they like raided a Target and shit, and like half the city was on fire.
Yeah.
And like in Orlando that wasn't really happening.
Not a practical place because you have to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no central plaza.
Or it's not like if there's not already like a protest happening,
Yeah.
they can't have that mob mentality.
Yeah. Well, I think like a lot of protests were fine, and the police were crazy in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were like looters and stuff, but there was also like police just. They were like, we're not going to learn. We're going to tell you this is how we are.
Yeah.
And they would like funnel people in and gas them or beat them with a baton, or like some lady's just walking home with her groceries and she gets hit with a rubber bullet. People getting blinded and stuff.
It's definitely like the everything started to happen, so then they were kind of pushed against the wall and they had like a right way they could have done it and a wrong way. They just all kind of went the wrong way.
Yeah.
And just overreacted at protests.
But can you imagine being like in Minneapolis or like fucking, Orlando, and like you're hearing on the internet, what are you guys doing? Oh shit! You're the police, and they're like a high school football team. And
Yeah.
This is like your big game or whatever.
Yeah, it's your big game, and you're just like, what's the worst way we could react to this? Like,
Yeah. In Chicago, they just waited it out. They were like, they're gonna loot. We're not even gonna do our jobs.
yeah.
They just let them. They don't really care.
No, that's how they are with like crime in San Francisco, though. They like don't really punish people for like much of anything. Like that's how like the carjacking thing's such a big problem.
Oh yeah.
Like they're so laid back where it's like there's no middle there.
Yeah.
It's like people will get arrested for carjacking and given like a super low bail and like a low time. They'll just go right back to it because it's like outweighs it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's bad too. But I think that like the looting and stuff is like, I mean, I'm surprised there isn't more. Like the way that people are treated.
Yeah.
It's like I would loot if I was like in a shitty situation.
I think it's like they just need like a prompt to. Like I don't think people have any problem with it. Just need like a prompt, someone to get them started, like
It's
someone to
hard
follow up.
Yeah. It's hard to just start it.
Yeah.
It's like if one person is laughing in a comedy club, maybe one other person will laugh, but if 20 people are laughing in a comedy club, then 40 people will laugh.
Yeah.
You gotta be the first one.
You never want to be the first guy to throw a brick through a window.
Yeah. But that's what they were doing with the Umbrella Man in Minneapolis. Some guy just came with a mask on and just started breaking windows, and they were like, "Who is this?" Like some white guy. They're like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
And they want things to go crazy, so they can be like, "Look, they're crazy. We gotta fuck with them. We gotta arrest them."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then there will be less crime.
Yeah, that's true. And just like focus on like, just like being more like focus on like arresting people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we should focus on like giving to the community instead.
Yeah.
And like arrest people when you need to or whatever.
Yeah, because then that's not a good solution either, just to jail everyone doing something wrong, and you're just left with everyone who follows the law.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Well, then you could just create a large amount. Like, what if a large amount of people just get arrested and put in prison, and then we just have to feed them and stuff? Like, it's better to have productive members of society than to just jail everyone up. And we should focus on reducing crime instead of like